big cat. Welcome to my therapy. This ain't your ordinary world, it's extraordinary. See, I'm a high priestess, light walker, here to guide your way through the waves of life. We'll find a new path to embrace. Tarot, astrology, numerology in our hands. No weapon formed against you shall ever stand. We're winners, we never quit, we always keep on going. Quitters never win, but we're always growing. Hey there, big cat, let's chase the highest vibration. Together we'll create a new world, a brand new nation.
Namaste! Grand Rising, Big Cat. Welcome or welcome back to Big Cat Astrology, Big Cat Wave. Because, Big Cat, the universe isn't whispering, it's on loudspeaker phone. A total lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 7th of September 2025. A fated reckoning, turning the sky into a karmic courtroom. Traditionally, this is the corn moon, also known as the barley moon. And because it's a total eclipse, it will rise as a blood moon, shadow red and irreversible. The stage is set. Sun in Virgo, order and receipts, opposes the moon in Pisces, illusions and sacrifice. This versus projection is not another lunation. It's a karmic tribunal where debts close, contracts collapse, and fated crowns rise or fall. The industries that are spotlighted is healthcare, pharma, prisons, water, spirituality, and technology. Saturn's retrograde in Pisces drags old ghosts back into the ledger for justice. Helpful initials mark names, places, and powers you must clock. Breadcrumbs for your storyline. Body rulership, your feet, toes, pineal gland. Avoid elective surgery on the 6th to the 8th of September unless it's urgent. Eclipse timing distorts rhythms and immunity. Bottom line, endings are medicine and medicine has receipts.com. The astrology breakdown: the sun at 24 degrees Virgo, the moon 24 degrees Pisces equals oppositions, proof versus illusions. Saturn at 28 degrees Pisces retrograde conjunct the moon, karmic audits, delayed closures. The moon trine Jupiter at 20 degrees Cancer, exalted, equals endings, unlock blessings at home and in your lineage. Mars at 19 degrees Libra, in detriment, quincunx the moon, passive aggression, punished, clean action will be crowned. Mercury at 10 degrees Virgo, in its domicile and exalted, inbox receipts, forensic clarity. Venus at 15 degrees Leo, conjunct the moon, ego splurges, will cut. Longevity buys results as well as rewards. Uranus at 1 degree Gemini, retrograde, equals communication chaos, siblings or tech shocks. Pluto at 2 degrees Aquarius retrograde, systemic reforms in silence. Markab 23 degrees Pisces plus Shiat at 29 degrees Pisces. This is a corridor. Discipline under storm. Ceremonial closure. Vesta at 24 degrees Scorpio trine the moon. Devotion beats distractions. Juno at 23 degrees Scorpio sextiles the sun. Contracts will demand clarity. Phallus at 10 degrees Aquarius retrograde, patterns versus performance. Chinese zodiac intel: the year is the wood snake. It equals strategy, restraint, and the long game. The month is Rooster Month, which starts on the 7th of September. It equals audits, proof, and accountability. Blending the snake and the rooster, this is a spy master alliance. Cunning and clean. The winners will be the roosters, the oxes, the dragons, and the snakes. On the watch list is tigers, pigs, horses, and dogs. The middle ground will go to the rats, the goats, the monkeys. Those in the middle ground will survive by their routines. The numerology, the arc from the 7th to the 13th of September. On the 7th, the energy is a 7 for withdrawal, ritual, and release. On the 8th, the energy is an 8. Enforce invoices, boundaries, and fees. On the 9th, the energy is a 9. Visible endings and cord cuttings. On the 10th of September, the energy is a 1. New systems begin. On the 11th of September, the energy is a 2. Choose calm allies. On the 12th of September, the energy is a 3. Teach and share receipts. On the 13th of September, the energy is a 4. Lock the structure down. Again, helpful initials are real-time planetary transits that have letters attached to it. Each letter represents a name, a place, or a platform. For example, C could represent clause, Claire, custody or contract. H, hearing, Howard, hospital or hidden. L, legacy, lawyer, Leo, letter. Bestie, your big cat prophecy. Saturn retrograde conjunct the moon in Pisces. Karmic audits, delayed justice. Institutions are called out. The moon trine Jupiter. Cancer is exalted. Endings brings grace. Home plus family will stabilize. Vesta trine the moon. Devotion, focus, sacred routines outperform chaos. Uranus retrograde in Gemini. Shock headlines. Transport and communication glitches. News flips. Juno sextile the sun in Virgo. Contracts rewritten, false promises collapse. Mercury in Virgo, in its domicile and exalted. Receipts purge lies. Data proves destiny. Mercury in Libra, detriment, quincux the moon. No passive aggression. Act clean or sit down. Venus in Leo, in conjunction of the moon. Vanity versus virtue. This is a spend check. Pluto retrograde in Aquarius, background reform of collective systems. Markab to Shiat, the fixed stars, is giving us a corridor where discipline protects. Storms will test the weak walls. The helpful initials are C, D, H, K, M, R, W. The winners are the water signs, Pisces, Cancer and Scorpio, plus the earth signs, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, at 22 to 26 degrees. To reiterate, the body intelligence. Your feet, toes, pineal gland and lymphatic as well as the fluids. The eclipse plus Saturn retrograde equals slow healing. There will be a lot of anesthesia sensitivity. Avoid elective surgery between the 6th to the 8th of September unless it's urgent. To be in alignment, utilize magnesium, salt baths, dream journaling, hydration, and digital detox. Misalignment will be in the form of swollen feet, fog, and erratic sleep. Again, the helpful initials are prophetic clues tied to real-time planetary transits of names of people, places, and things that are affecting your storyline. Aries, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 12th house. Emotional secrets and sabotage surface. The advice is retreat, purge, as well as what? Get yourself a spiritual reset. Saturn retrograde conjunct the moon equals karmic closures in hidden zones. The moon trine Jupiter equals healing and blessings through solitude. Mercury in Virgo equals receipts. Protect your story. Helpful initials C, T, W. The masks slip. Peace is your new performance. Taurus, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 11th house. Emotional alliances dissolve. Tribe audit begins. Advice: formalize allies, drop freeloaders. Uranus retrograde in Gemini. Shocks in networks and groups. The moon trine Jupiter. Blessings flow from loyal circles. Saturn retrograde in Pisces. Fake friends face exposure. Helpful initials F, D, U. Your network is your net worth. Cut the sandbags so you can sail faster. Gemini, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 10th house. Emotional career and reputation under eclipse spotlight. Advice: publish proof, protect your title. Mercury exalted in Virgo. Receipts upgrade your upstanding. Uranus retrograde in Gemini. Shocks ripple through public roles. Juno sextile the sun. Contracts renegotiated on fairer terms. Helpful initials N, V, R. Authority isn't announced, it's evidenced.com. Cancer, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 9th house. Emotional beliefs will collapse as truth rises. Advice: certify, publish, and plan a pilgrimage. Jupiter exalted in Cancer trines the moon. Blessings for lawful clarity. Saturn retrograde conjunct the moon. Karmic and legal and moral reckonings. Mercury in Virgo. Fact check everything. Let respeaks speak louder. Helpful initials C, T, W. Your philosophy becomes policy in your favor. Leo, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 8th house. Emotional shared money, intimacy and debts will be exposed. Audit merges. Cut draining bonds. Venus in Leo in conjunction to the moon. Vanity versus survival spend. Saturn retrograde conjunct the moon. Karmic contracts in intimacy will end. Vesta trining the moon. Sacred partnerships will prosper. Helpful initials A, G, P. Love is a ledger. Balance it or break it. Virgo, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 7th house. Partnerships will be tested. Contracts rewritten. Balance the scales. Stop overgiving. Juno sextiles the sun in Virgo. Contracts clarified will be in your favor. Saturn retrograde conjunct the moon. False partners will be stripped away. Mercury in Virgo. Precise agreements bring relief. Helpful initials H, X, J. If it isn't mutual, it's manipulation. Balance or burn. Libra, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 6th house. Of health habits, daily work and routines are about to shift. Cut the drains, rest and reorder your schedules. Mars in Libra quincunx the moon. Fence sitting will be punished. Saturn retrograde conjunction of the moon. Toxic routines will end. Venus in Leo in conjunction of the moon. Skip vanity splurges. Fund fixes. Helpful initials Q, Y, M. Your body is the first contract. Honor it. Scorpio, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 5th house. Creativity and romance will be stripped of illusions. Crown craft, not chaos. Vesta in Scorpio trine in the moon. Devotions magnetizes joy. Juno in Scorpio sextile in the sun. Partnerships will be renegotiated. Saturn retrograde conjunct the moon. Drama will collapse. Maturity will be enforced. Helpful initials K, O, S. Crown the creation, not the chaos. Sagittarius, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 4th house. Home and family truths will surface. Fortify the foundations. Stop ghost caretaking. Jupiter trining the moon equals blessings in domestic life. Saturn retrograde in conjunction of the moon. Ancestral cycles will be closed out. Uranus retrograde in Gemini. Shocks from family conversations. Helpful initials D, I, Z. Your foundation is your fortress. Ghosts pay no rent. Capricorn, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 3rd house. Your words gain weight and gossip dies. Speak less, prove more. Mercury is exalted in Virgo. Contracts are clean and data speaks for itself. Saturn retrograde conjunct the moon. Sibling dramas end karmically. Saturn retrograde in Gemini. Technology and communication glitches will test you. Helpful initials U, B, T. Say less, prove more. That is leadership. Aquarius, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 2nd house, which is worth recalibration of, as well as your finances will be exposed. Audit your income. Demand fair rates. Pluto's retrograde in Aquarius. Collective financial reform hits home. Saturn retrograding conjunct the moon. Debts plus old money cycles close out. Mercury in Virgo. Hidden costs revealed in documents. Helpful initials V, R, H. Security is a system. Build it like one. Pisces, rising sun and moon. The eclipse at 24 degrees Pisces is in your 1st house. Self-image will get a reset as masks are stripped away. Update your brand. Embrace disciplined compassion. Saturn retrograde conjunct the moon in Pisces. Karmic self-closure. Maturity will be crowned. Jupiter trine the moon. Blessings after endings. Vesta trine the moon. Devotion fuels your magnetism. Helpful initials Y, E, C. The real you is the reward. No savior scripts, no scapegoat scenes. For personal charts, insights, or predictive astrology, email me at onebigcatchronicles@gmail.com. Until we meet again on these astrological streets, Big Cat Wave.